Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be explaining the narcissistic relationship to others. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, you are out of the toxic narcissistic relationship. And once you're out of it, there is a litany of things you have to process. You have to understand what narcissism is, your experiences in this toxic relationship, how the definitions and the glossary of terms fit in line with your experience in the relationship. It opens up a whole new world of humanity to you because you didn't understand that narcissism even existed on this planet, because most likely you used narcissism in a passing sentence, like just a word in a sentence like, oh, that person's a narcissist, whatever. You downplayed it, but you didn't know better. Once you exit a narcissistic relationship, you find yourself on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. But this is when the term and or word narcissist goes to a new level, because your life has now been changed forever. It's no longer a Disney movie that you were living in, or it's no longer a reciprocal relationship that you thought you were in. What it is you understand after the relationship ends that many people don't think the way you think, and many people don't want your best interest at heart. It's a fact. It's true. It's real. Now, myself and many other people, I will speak for myself right now, I honestly did grow up in a Disney movie, and I did believe that most people were kind and loving, very similar to me. Now, am I an angel? No, but I believe that everybody loved each other and wanted the best interest in everyone else's heart. That's not true, and I'm certain that that resonates with some of you on the channel. The point being, after you exit the narcissistic relationship and you have processed and or are processing it, whether the relationship ended yesterday or it ended 30 years ago, the point is, if you are trying to explain what you experienced to a person that has not experienced narcissistic abuse firsthand, they won't get it. Now, I've created this topic a few times in the past. I'm doing it again because I'm getting many correspondences from the community asking me to redo this, because many people, they find it very difficult to find a safe place to communicate what they've experienced. They don't, what happens is what many times the people that were abused in the toxic narcissistic relationship, remember, they're silent, they're silenced, and they most likely, after the relationship ended, have experienced the smear campaign, and they have probably limited friends or family because that's the way the narcissist set this up. Having said that, and I'm staying on track, is that trying to explain what you experienced to a person that hasn't experienced it, they will listen to you and they will pay attention to you. At least that's my hope. And they will do their best to put themselves in your shoes. Again, it's my hope. But will they actually grasp the gravity, the magnitude of what you're trying to explain to them? They won't. Now, this is nothing against them. They're just human beings like we are. The only difference is they did not experience the toxicity of a narcissistic relationship firsthand. And post-relationship ending, that is of the narcissistic relationship, you will be searching for people that will listen to you. You will be searching for answers, for clues, for light bulb moments, for validation, for sharing experiences. It's the path. It's what you do. It's what you need to do. Because during the relationship, with the narcissistic relationship, let's be real, you became an extension of the narcissist, and you couldn't think for yourself. You couldn't act by yourself. You couldn't do what you wanted to because you were always trying to appease the narcissist and the relationship. You were essentially brainwashed. You were a shell of yourself because all of your resources were taken and they were crushed, and you were left on the side of the road if you were discarded like a sheet of paper crumbled up. It's exactly what happened. And I'm not trying to trigger people. I'm letting you know I know exactly what it's like. What it is it's something unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And the isolation can be quite devastating, especially if the relationship ended recently. If you're going through this alone, my heart goes out to you. You're here in the community. My hope is you're getting educated and you're understanding that you are not alone. But if you go back in time for a moment, again, I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm letting you know that when the relationship ended, if you were discarded or if you ended it, you have to really wrap your head around what just happened. How this person who claimed to be in love with you, or a good friend of yours, or a business associate, how just like in a moment's notice, their mask slipped and they don't care about you. It's as if they don't even know you anymore until perhaps they hoover, if they hoover. And let's be real, we don't want to hoover. What I'm saying is you can't explain. You can try to explain what you went through in the narcissistic relationship, and people will listen to you for a period of time. But most people that haven't experienced it, they will tune out, and it's not their fault. They just don't want to hear. Certain people only have a certain amount of bandwidth to listen to other people's problems. It's probably a great way to say it. And if you are trying to explain something that an average human being can't wrap their head around, their bandwidth is going to be very short, I can assure you. Using a different example, maybe not the best example, but like, let's say that someone's trying to teach you astrophysics, and you don't really know astrophysics. Personally, I don't. But if someone was sitting next to me and trying to explain that to me, I can assure you I would be like, don't really understand it. I'm trying, but I don't grasp it. And because I know what I can understand and what I can't, and astrophysics is not one thing, but it's kind of like that with a toxic narcissistic relationship, trying to explain it to people. Because the people you're explaining it to perhaps know the narcissist, and they've never seen that side of them, so they find it unfathomable that that person could actually behave a certain way behind closed doors, or that they could gaslight you, or give you the silent treatment, or financially abuse you, or just invalidate you, or have selective hearing. The list goes on and on. But remember, the narcissist is one person behind closed doors and another person to the public. To the public is their audience. That is their Hollywood movie. That's when they have their game face on and everything's just peachy and rosy and everything's good most times. But behind closed doors, when it's just the two of you, that's when you experience most of the abuse. And remember, in the beginning of the relationship, let's say the euphoric stage or the love bomb stage, everything's perfect. You are the answer. You're the solution. You're the best thing since sliced bread. And they did this on purpose to ensnare you in their web of lies and manipulation. But once the devaluation stage begins, and you're anticipating more of the love bomb or the euphoric stage to continue, this drops you down so many pegs that your head is spinning, and that's when you enter the fog. That's when you would now be subservient to the narcissist for the length and or the duration of the toxic relationship until you get discarded or until you wise up and you end the relationship yourself. Again, that's why no contact, blocking, deleting, removing flying monkeys, and all people associated with the toxic narcissist is suggested always, in time, in your time, but that is the path. Getting back on track, you can explain what your experiences were and what you did and what you experienced in the relationship. Most people won't get it. They just won't. And this includes virtually everybody on the planet who has not experienced narcissism firsthand. Again, seeing a therapist is suggested. Seeing a therapist who has experienced narcissistic abuse is recommended. Absolutely. Why I said that is because many therapists do not have the experience on narcissism other than reading it in a book, and that they graduated and they have the license and all the plaques on the wall, and that's great. God bless them. I think it's fantastic. But if they didn't experience it firsthand, I can assure you they won't be able to relate with your experience. They just won't. It's nothing against a therapist or anybody else on the planet. It's letting you know this is a special tribe that you are indoctrinated in, a tribe you did not ask for, but now here you are in it. You're a member. You are now one of us, and you've experienced the toxicity of a narcissistic relationship. And there are so many different levels that you have to understand and wrap your head around. And virtually each and every day, week, or month, there are more and more levels that are revealed to you through light bulb moments. So, like I'm saying, what you're looking for post-narcissistic relationship is to, number one, use your voice because you've been silenced so long. But more importantly, you're looking for someone to understand you and to recognize that what you're saying is true. It's real. It happened. And it's 100% real. You're not looking for someone to tell you how, oh, just get over it. It's no big deal. It's just a relationship. Move on. You've had enough time. I don't want to hear about it. Just, can we move on already? Like, I'm really tired of talking about you. Things like that. And I'm not being mean to people. I'm being honest. Going back to earlier part of this video, this is what I'm mentioning. Most people don't have the bandwidth or the tolerance to listen to you. When you need them the most after the relationship ended, most people won't have the bandwidth for you. Again, I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm letting you know that it's unlike anything. The experience of a narcissistic abusive relationship is unlike anything you've ever experienced on this planet. And my hope is if you're watching this video, you did not experience it and or you are not experiencing it sincerely. My other hope is that not one more person on this planet has to endure one more moment of a narcissistic relationship. They are some of the worst toxic relationships a human being can be a part of, whether it's for a day or a lifetime. My heart goes out to you sincerely. Before I close the video, I wanted to let you know that yes, when the relationship ends, or maybe this person is a family member and you just need to vent, you need to talk to people. Yes, you do. Because the narcissist will always try to bottle you up and keep you isolated so you don't have a voice. It's exactly what they do. They don't want you to tell the truth. They don't want you to have a voice and be vocal about what's going on. Now, I need to throw a caveat in here. I'm not saying call the narcissist out by any means. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you are trying to explain the toxic narcissistic relationship you went through, have patience if you can, because the people you're speaking with, if they haven't gone through it, they won't have much bandwidth to listen to. That is exactly what I'm saying. And if you're fortunate enough to have family members or friends who have experienced a toxic narcissistic relationship, then they will be the exact opposite. They will have all of the bandwidth in the world. I am certain they will listen to you. They will give you your love, energy, time, and they will want to help you heal as fast as possible. Not that the other people won't want you to. It's just that once you go through the fire and you've come out the other end of a narcissistic relationship, you're part of the tribe. You know exactly what it's like, and you know exactly how difficult it can be, especially if you're experiencing this and you're going through it on your own. So, guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Stay true. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that most people, sincerely, they won't be able to understand much about what you're explaining about a narcissistic relationship. It's just the way it is. Doesn't mean they don't love you. Doesn't mean they don't care about you. It just sincerely, it's how it is. On the other hand, if you have people that you can trust that have experienced a narcissistic abusive relationship and firsthand, and they know exactly the gauntlet of emotions that you're experiencing and how to process things, those are the people you want to be contacting. It's exactly how it works. Because we're all part of the same tribe. We're all on the same path, headed in the same direction, just taking different footsteps. And that's how it works. So guys, that's the video. I'll talk to you tomorrow. No matter where you are on the planet, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are not alone. So if this is the first video you've ever watched on narcissistic abuse, or if it's, if you watch them every day, my heart goes out to you. You're an amazing human being. You're beautiful. Continue to move forward, continue to make progress, and continue to be the best version of yourself possible each and every day. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.